The U.S. Vice President Vance recently visited both Azerbaijan and Armenia and signed different agreements from defense to trade and energy. It seems that U.S. Vice President Vance's visit to Azerbaijan and Armenia is a follow-up of the peace treaty signed at the trilateral format in Washington in last August by Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, and U.S. President Donald Trump. At the time, these three countries did not only sign a peace treaty, but also they signed a regional cooperation framework. In that regard, this framework includes many ways of the cooperation, from energy to trade to develop international or regional development infrastructure. In that regard, the Vice President Vance signed many treaties with his counterparts, both in Baku and Yerevan, to carry out this peace treaty signed recently in Washington, D.C. In that regard, under the name of the Trump Road for International Peace and Prosperity, including Azerbaijan, Armenia, and the United States, they aim to build up a regional partnership. The important part of this regional partnership is the building Zengezur corridor, aiming to connect Azerbaijan mainland to its enclave, Azerbaijan enclave Nakhchivan, by railways, highways, maybe potentially in the future building some pipelines from the coastal part of Azerbaijan to Nakhchivan through the Armenian corridor territory called the Zengezur corridor. In that regard, the U.S. has an ambition to build this corridor and operate this corridor, and also connect this energy corridor, the Azerbaijani and Caspian energy, potentially it will include Turkmen gas and Kazakh oil in the near future, and transfer to Turkey and then Europe, and build another energy corridor through this Zengezur corridor. In that regard, U.S. Vice President Vance's visit to Azerbaijan and Armenia are very important to develop a cooperation network in the Southern Caucasus, and also developing more strategic level of cooperation between Washington and Baku, and Washington and Yerevan. So we can say that that the U.S. has become more influential in the Southern Caucasus within this perspective. Of course, this may diminish the roles and perspectives and also investments for other leading regional countries in the Southern Caucasus. So the U.S. will be more influential and active in the Southern Caucasus. We can say that this visit is also showing the eagerness and also motivation of Washington, how they want to cooperate with Azerbaijan and Armenia, and also build a partnership between two countries, and also connect these two countries to the western part through Turkey to Eastern Mediterranean, and then Europe. In that regard, of course, other regional countries or dominant players may get some disturbance for this relationship, but on the other, that they have under pressure of the United States because of different reasons. Iran is a member of both Azerbaijan and Armenia, is not very happy for this increasing U.S. involvement in the region, but because of its nuclear program and ballistic missile program, it is under heavy pressure of the United States and Israel. So in that regard, Iran has not a position to object directly for this new treaties, the peace treaty basically, and also new cooperation treaties between United States, Azerbaijan, and Armenia. and Russia is very busy with its demand for Ukraine, and also the war on the Ukrainian territory is continuing between Moscow and Kiev. So in that regard, the Moscow's attention is basically focused on the Ukraine. In that regard, we can say that the US has advantageous position to increase its influence in the Southern Caucasus. So in the coming months and years, we can see more direct US involvement in the Southern Caucasus, and also the implementation of this TRIP project through this, particularly at the backbone of the Zengezur corridor. So then Baku and Yerevan are also eager to develop this cooperation and partnership with Washington. So in coming months and years, so then there will be more increasing, more concrete partnerships between these three countries will develop in that regard. So this dynamic is also important for economic development for the regional countries, but also for peaceful and prosperous future in that regard. If Azerbaijan and Armenia can develop these peaceful partnerships, and then it will be more win-win cooperation for both sides and also for the region. Turkey is also supporting this process. Under this framework, then the Southern Caucasus will become more prosperous and more developmental path, and also more peaceful.